So in this video we'll discuss about the second part of this one. In the past part we have discussed about what are the data definition language, what data manipulation language, data retrieval language, transaction control language, all we have discussed. What are the different data types also we have discussed, like we have limited with only 3 majorly used one, like number, varchar2 and date data type we have taken. Like when we are creating a table, we have to define the data type and the column name, table name, what are the norms to be followed, we have discussed. And then after we can insert the data into that one, we can update the data that we have inserted, we can delete the data, even we can completely delete the table along with the data by using drop command. And then we have for data retrieval, we can multiple rows also we can access single row, okay, by using select command. So in this session we will be just discussing how to access data from multiple sources or multiple database. Like here we can see there are 2 databases are there. One is employee database, another is department database. In employee database there are 4 columns: employee number, employee name, salary, department number. And in the department table we have department number, department name, location is there. So different values are being inserted into that one. Like employee number, it is a number data type, 101, 102, 103, like that it has been inserted. Similarly, employee name, Donald, Vicky, Alex, Jill, Angelina, these are varchar2, we have inserted these things. Now coming to the salary part, department number, they are also number data types. Another department table is there where we have columns like department number, department name and location. So in this one we have 3 department by name. Department number 10, name is sales and location is Delhi. Another one is department number is 20, department name is operations and it is located at Bangalore. Similarly 30, department number, name is finance and located at Guwahati. Now suppose I want to access the data in this way, like I want to see that the employee number, employee name and location, where the employee number is 101. I have to access this data from both the tables, from, in this case, from employee and department. So this can be possible by our join. So joins when data is stored in 2 different tables which have a common column. Like in this case you can see there is department number is there, which is a common column. We can use the concept of join to retrieve them by join. So I can issue a command like select employee number, employee name and department number from employee only from one source. Similarly from department number, department table, I can issue command and I can retrieve the thing. Here I have taken another one like select order date, delivery date, item code, quantity ordered, quantity delivered, from order master, order detail, where means both the table we are retrieving the data, where we are writing order master dot order number equal to order detail dot order number. So in this way from both the tables we are collecting the data or we are retrieving the data and we are showing that one. Multiple rows can also be displayed in that one. Similarly, suppose here I want to retrieve data that I want from employee number, employee name and location. I can issue command select employee number, employee name, location from, I can write the from emp comma dpt, where condition is where emp.d number equal to dpt dot d number. I can write in this way, just in this way. So when in organization there are situation arises when we have to collect the data from different tables, so for that purpose this join is there. Another one, multiple table access. Like sometimes what happened is that we have entered some data into a table. Now like student number, student roll number, registration number. So when the second time onward I am going to use that one for subject wise, that point of time again I should not write that registration number or roll number. It has to be auto retrieved, and in that process what is going to, it is easy to retrieve first of all. Secondly, there will be no data modification or error is going to be minimized, that one. So that way also we can that concept is your constant, like in the domain integrity, entity integrity or referential integrity. We'll see that one. So before that one, let me just tell one other thing, like this is another way that how we are accessing the data from multiple table. Like in this case here, what I suppose I'll ask you that what is the order, tell me the person, employee who is getting the highest salary in that department, in that particular department, or the person name who is getting the highest salary. So first of all what I have to do is that I have to find out the what is the maximum salary, who is earning the maximum salary. That is the internal query. First of all I have to retrieve that select max salary from EMP. Okay, and then after I'll write select employee number from EMP where salary equal to that whatever maximum salary would be coming, that salary I am going to write over there. So in this way here what we are writing is that in the subquery select star from order detail where order number equal to select order number from order master where vein code is 103. I am retrieving this. First of all it will retrieve this inner query which says that select order number from order master where vein code equal to or vendor code equal to 103. Once the order number would be retrieved, then after the outer queries would be executed, which will find out select star from order detail where order number, that part would be recovered. Similarly, when multiple queries in the second one, you can see select star from vendor master where vendor code equal to select vein code from order master where order number equal to select order number from order detail where quantity order is 100 and item code is 201. So first of all the last line is going to be executed, then after subsequently the select vein code from order master where order number is equal to would be retrieved. Finally the outer query would be retrieved. So that is the about subquery. In this way also from multiple table we can also this is in subquery case we are just finding out from the different table also it can be retrieved, from the same table also we can retrieve. Okay, so single query, multiple subqueries. Now constraints. What is a constraint? Constraint is mechanism used in database to prevent invalid data entry into the table. Like we have three different categories of constraint. First one is domain integrity. Domain integrity, under domain integrity we have not null and check. In the entity integrity constraint we have unique key and primary key. In the referential integrity constraint we have reference key and foreign key. So we'll see one by one. So first one is not domain integrity. In that one, not null and check is there. Suppose I am going to put a criteria that you cannot keep any of these things as null value over there, meaning that 0 and spaces are different from null. So you have to enter any value, some value over there. Okay. So and check, suppose I'll put some criteria that this one should be more than this, like when we are saying that the age should be more than 18 years, should be more than 15 years, 5 years. So that part is getting checked over here. Like here I have I have written like create table item file item code varchar to 5 not null. That means in the item code something has to be written, some value has to be written. In the P category, product category, varchar to 20. This one is not having any constant. Similarly, another one max level check. So I have written over here that check it should not be more than 500. So this is another one, domain integrity. Then comes entity integrity constant. Each entity or each database represents is a table, and each row of the table represents an instance of that entity. So in this one, unique constant is there, primary key constant is there. Unique constant allows only unique value to be stored in the column. Okay, and primary key is you have to enter the unique key as well as it should not be a null value. So in the case of unique, you can enter a null value over there, but in the case of primary key, null values are not allowed over there. Okay. So here just written employee table, create table employee number 3, and we have written primary key, means all the value has to be, some value has to be there, as well as it should be unique. Similarly, employee number, salary, and then after phone number 10 unique, means phone number has to be entered with some unique values, and if there is no nothing, a person cannot enter anything also, that is also allowed, but if he is entering the value, it has to be some unique value over there. Next one is another important concept, that is referential integrity constant. In referential integrity constant, like as I was telling sometime before, that when you have created a student database and the roll numbers are there, and second time onwards you are going to use that one, that point of time this referential integrity constant can be used. Like here, first of all, one order master table is created with order number as a primary key, and there are so many other columns over there. Then I have created another child table, like create table order detail. Now what I am doing over here is that order number varchar to 5 references order master table and within bracket order number column. Similarly, another one, item code varchar to 5 references item file item code. Another table is there, that is by name item file, and where one column is the item code. So from the two tables or from more than two tables also I can access, I can retrieve the data, meaning suppose in the order master, if any order number is not there, that value cannot be entered into the order detail. Similarly, in the case of item code, suppose in the item file that item code is not existing, so you cannot enter that one. In this way we are going to avoid the error we are going to avoid the making more errors over there, and integrity is going to be maintained, referential integrity with the master child parent child relationship is also going to be established. So thank you. This is all about today's session.